Okay, OBS reconnection successful. I know. Hopefully I'm back now. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I don't know how much was lost there, but... yeah. OBS, I just got a pop-up in my lower right corner saying I got disconnected. Hopefully it wasn't gone for too long. Saying something about Thief. How I played it a lot as a kid and was not very good. There was a level with like a whatchamacallit? Like a zombie level basically that that I could not get through. Yeah, I can't remember what else I was saying about it.
What do you know? Bronson was right after all. I imagine I've got about an hour, but I'm tracking the transformations in the hope that the data might be useful to someone else. There are tumors on my leg and back. I can feel that thing inside me, growing fat. My theory is they need a living host to complete the transformation. Screw Diego, screw Karinskin, screw Tau Ceti 5. If someone finds this, don't have any regrets about punching my clock. I was already gone.
Wow. That's grim. Okay, we've got more things so we can get more strength. But just one. Okay. I'll take it.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
But yeah, the legacy of Looking Glass is amazing. Played the demo of Thief. I miss demo discs as well. I'm right there with you for sure. Just the accessibility of demos.
Please make your selection.
I understand why, you know, it's not a thing as much anymore because
Thank you for choosing Value Wrap.
it's an expense. It's not something for free for the developers. And I think someone actually did like an analysis a couple of years back, and games actually sell better without a demo, as weird as that may sound. I think the best thing to do is have like basically like a trailer. Trailer good, but demo not actually good for sales. Okay, so we're missing the last thing of Toxin. And then I also can't remember where we need to go to get to actually put the Toxin. We're just gonna have to kind of methodically go back over the level, I think. Because yeah, I mean, even if I looked at an FAQ, well, we'll explore for a few minutes and just chat, and then if I haven't found it, we will consult the internet. We've avoided it so far, but we'll see. I think it was mostly an indie analysis, but I honestly can't remember. Because it's been a long time and there's a zero chance I could find... Well, maybe I could find it, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, by my recollection, it was limited. At least it's some indie games, if not exclusively. Oh, I mean, for so many AAA games, I don't even know how you would demo it, right? Like, do I not have any... Oh. Unreliable guns. AAA games are so like tutorial heavy, where you just have, oh my god, are you serious? I can just smash this window. Yeah, you have like hours of essentially forced tutorialization before you can actually play the game. Small beaker. Yeah, there it is. The last vial of toxin. Okay, we figured it out. Oh, more toxin. I don't think I need both of these. I think I just need the one. Well, we'll find out. One of my biggest complaints about, like, whatchamacallit, Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and the like, is I wish they would just let you go and explore and, like, figure out the game by yourself, and not force you, like, have, you know, half the game disabled when you start playing, and then you have to play through the whole thing, like play through 20 hours. Rad, step by step, unlocks, you know, new features for you. Just let me loose. Let me figure it out. I don't know if it's just like, oh, please don't look over here. I said don't look over here. Definitely a fan of gaming documentaries. I've watched a little bit of NoClip. I really like the stuff that People Make Games have been doing. Way back in the day, I loved, what was it, Indie Game the Movie, I think? Although I'm not sure if that has aged well. But yeah, definitely love that. Probably my favorite would be the stuff that is done for Double Fine. So like Double Fine Adventure and like all the documentaries they did for the Amnesia Fortnite stuff. And I haven't worked my way through the Psychonauts 2 documentary, but you know, definitely something that I'm looking forward to.
Choosing value rep.
The only reason I haven't done that is I haven't finished playing Psychonauts 2. Otherwise, I would have, you know, binged through that immediately. But yeah, that's definitely the one I would recommend first and foremost for people. A huge FPS documentary coming out soon. Do you know, like, the name of it or anything like that? FPS doc. Okay, that's a little on the nose, but that makes sense. All right, I think we've got some logs. Oh, a couple logs. All right, let's save, and let's listen to these.
I believe the plans the many have for me are greater than I even imagined. The change is upon me, but the path is more glorious than we imagined. It does not stop at a mere single mutation. The form I have been promised is more beautiful than even that. They tell me I will float through the air and strike at the foes of our biomass with my mind. With our mind, my cup runneth over.
I love the audio design in this game. Like, that is the log we just listened to, the change in the voice and everything. It's so effective. Let's see, they've got all the big names in the FPS doc. Okay, before we listen to the next log, let's let me alt tab out and take a look at this. FPS doc. First person shooter. From the producers of the critically acclaimed In Search of Darkness documentaries. Is this the... This isn't the same as, like, the Spelunking documentary series, is it? In Search of Darkness sounds like a Spelunking documentary to me. Coming soon to Kickstarter. Kickstarter launches 2 years ago. So presumably, okay, here we go. Oh, digital release August 31st, 2023. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely something I will be keeping an eye out for. Taking advance order. Oh, so it's like for physical edition, you can order it, but then presumably you can just order the digital. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's. I see you. You saw Nightbot coming there. It's good. You are correct. Nightbot would definitely yell at you for posting a URL. But people can figure that out. fpsstock.com. Yeah, it's cool. I'll definitely be curious to check that out. Thank you for the recommendation there. All right, but for now, we got more long sticks too.
I know what Miller's up to. This morning I saw Erin Bloom. She was tending to some kind of eggs. And she had been changed in the most horrible, unnatural fashion. I can only think the worst for the rest of my staff. That son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. He won't get away with this.
All right.
God, don't do it! Please don't! Glory to the many. I am a voice in their choir.
Wow. Okay. Well, wonderful. James Black lays in the dock. Okay, yeah. Yes, Ultima Underworld, right, that kind of cemented the, a suit of powered armor. Wow, I'm very tempted by that. Yeah, Ultima Underworld kind of laid a lot of the, was the first person immersive sim. But I think like Ultima 6 or one of the earlier Ultimas was kind of given some credit for starting that, where there was a specific story I remember reading about, like, there was a locked door that someone was supposed to have a specific spell to get through, and instead of that, they had like a mouse companion that they sent through the gaps in the bars of the door in order to circumvent it, which was something that surprised the dev team, which is just such a good story.
Power drained.
And, you know, easily explains the origin. Oh, the origin of immersive sims. Oh, why is it? Let me pick up the armor. There we go. Plus 50 defense, but I need to keep it charged. I kind of want to. Okay, let's burn some of these. Perfect. And oh, this is also a psi booster. Okay, well, let's use that. And let's start researching this. And now we have space to pick up the our suit of armor as well. Or do we? Oh, I need to burn one more of the maintenance tools. So we'll do that. Perfect. A dual circuit EMP rifle. I will not take it. Yeah, Ultima 6 was an insane game for the time. One of the first CD-ROM games. That's such a wild thing to think of. Remember CD-ROMs? Wow. This feels like a bad idea, but okay, so it does not seem like there was actually anything relevant or useful out here. really glad I saved. Yeah, I played a tiny bit of Ultima Underworld, but have not... Yep. Yep, there we go. That's why you save your games. Tiny bit of Ultima Underworld, and also played one of the earlier Ultimas. It might have been like Ultima 4 or something. But this was like, I don't know, like 5 years ago or something. Not when it was, you know, state of the art. Missed 7th guest at Ultima 6. Yes, FMV games are a thing. I guess that's FMV games had a tiny bit of resurgence as well lately. Oh, spiders! Not thrilled about that. I have not played, I don't think I've played any, like ever played an FMV game. I'll need to check and see. I'm not sure I have any on Steam or anything either. Oh, it's a range thing for the anti-personnel rounds.
Life grows within the womb of these walls. Life that has never seen the surface of the earth.
What am I going to do? Drag to a hackable object to hack it. I need to drop something. Oh no, wait, I can just use this. Perfect. Oh. What am I going to drop here? Oh. Got it. I'm trying to think, what are, I mean, what's the name of the studio that has basically been, like, carrying on the legacy of Myst? I know they've had some FMV stuff. Oh, Her Story. And Immortality, actually. Yes. I don't think of those as FMV games for whatever reason, because... Yeah, I don't know why. But Her Story and Immortality, I haven't played Telling Lies. But the other two are very interesting. I mean, Her Story is a fantastic game. Immortality, I have some mixed feelings about. But it's still very interesting as a game. Oh, I want those upgrade modules. Let me select them. There we go. Yeah, I would be interested to know some other ones. I guess probably if I just go to like Her Story on Steam, it'll give me some recommendations. But where am I going? Let's go this way. Oh, this is just the exit. Okay, this is the last area, I think. Wait, turbine control? Weird. Yeah, Immortality, there was something about its, like, maybe a cynicism about film and media that I didn't totally, it didn't land with me, I guess, would be the easiest way to describe it. Although it has some very effective, creepy moments in there. Even if that's not, you know, totally what it's going for. Or that's not the point of it, maybe, I guess? I don't know. It's a great game, or it's got some great ideas in it, I guess would be the more accurate way to phrase that. Contradiction. I'm guessing that's, from the name of it, I'm guessing it's similar to Telling Lies. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to look this up on Steam, because I feel like I've seen that one before. Contradiction. Oh no, I definitely haven't. Oh, that's back from 2015. Wow. That's wild. Okay, and same studio that then made At Dead of Night, which I have not played, but I watched someone play part of it, and that's a wild game. I don't know how else to do it. Like, it uses FMV, but is not fully FMV. I don't know, her story, and I guess Immortality as well, I felt like did a great job because it wasn't trying to be something else. Like, it was just mechanically and narratively, like, watch videos and construct the story from there, which I thought was just the perfect way to do that type of game. Okay, so we want to go, right, we do want to go this way, and we want to go back into section B, I guess, to try and find that last, the last place we need to add the toxin. Yeah. Okay, so around here, I think it's in Sector B. I hope it's in Sector B.
Power drained.
Oh, power's drained on my armor. Tex Murphy I'm not familiar with. It was like an older adventure game that got like an FMV reboot or something recently, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Okay. Do I need GA, which is right here.
Items dropped.
Sorry, monkey. Also the 2015 era. Yeah, that sounds right. If anybody spots this last thing, please come back because I'm at a loss for where it is. Yeah, I guess Bandersnatch is an FMV game. Hadn't thought about that, but yeah, it meets all the criteria for sure. Have you watched the new season of Black Mirror? Yes. What were your thoughts on it? I'm assuming you enjoyed it. I was, I mean, I've spoken to some people who really liked the earlier seasons of Black Mirror and did not love this season, which I can understand because it definitely goes in a very different direction. Yeah, enjoyed it, not blown away by it like the earlier seasons. Yeah, I think that's fair, and I expect that's going to be probably the majority opinion. Definitely. Oh, we're still close to the Necros ring. I guess we'll go back and see if we can get to the. Whoa! That surprised me. I really liked the new season. I don't know. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think the earlier seasons probably were better. But I liked about it, you know, as I've mentioned a couple times here, I always appreciate novelty and creators trying something new. And what I liked about the season of Black Mirror was that it was surprising. It was not what I was expecting, in that it just kind of leaned hard into horror rather than doing the science fiction and kind of like science fiction morality tales that we have come to expect from the earlier seasons. So I really liked that subversion, and even if I think in a vacuum with no additional context, I would say the earlier seasons were like better. With the context, the surprise of getting this, you know, new approach was a really welcome change. We've thoroughly explored this area, so this is not where we're going to find the toxin, whatever, the ventilation stuff. Okay, so cold storage, no, that's a later area. So I think we go maybe back here. Maybe it's in this. Well, we'll take a look. Yeah, I think it's not. I don't think it's in Sector A, because this just goes through to. Yeah. I think it's somewhere on this map without needing to go through a transition point. I'm just not sure where. It's not down here, because we've already explored this. Yeah. Oh, I'm so annoyed at myself for not just immediately going back to place the first canister of toxin in, like, right after I found that ventilation, whatever thing. Okay, it's not through here, because this is where we've explored. Okay, now we're just going... Oh. Okay, no, we've already explored all this area. And this just loops back on here. Maybe it's like up here, and I've just forgotten. It's definitely in here. Oh, man.
The harmony is deep.
Yeah. Okay, we got him. We got him. We're continuing our streak of avoiding FAQs. Yeah, it is definitely. I mean, Charlie Brooker, I have. Ooh.
At last. Readings indicate the elevator shaft is clear. Now get up to deck 4. I'll be waiting for you.
Charlie Brooker is a writer. I have pretty much absolute faith in him to keep creating things that are interesting, and also to just kind of do what he's interested in doing and not worry too much about expectations or whatever. He did a really interesting British miniseries, kind of at the height of the zombie resurgence, or whatever you want to call it, called Dead Set, about it was like basically like a Big Brother, a fake Big Brother themed TV show where all the contestants got stuck in there, in this environment with no connection to the outside world when the zombie outbreak happened. Again, not as good as Black Mirror as his later stuff, but like a really solid early effort for something that he made like, I don't know, like 15 years ago probably. Definitely, like, especially if you like the most recent season of Black Mirror, something I would recommend checking out. That's Dead Set. Oh, no, I'm turned around. There we go. Absolutely. Absolutely agree that the earlier seasons were like existential or cosmic horror or technological horror. Like, horror has always been there. Some episodes more than others. But it has always been the heart or like a very significant component of Black Mirror. Maybe less so in the season just before this one. I think it went more into, it had some episodes which were very light on horror, but certainly in the early episodes, yeah. Thought those were better, or were the best rather, because they explored a larger, more fundamental aspect of techno horror, where the newer seasons are much more compartmentalized or around specific aspects of tech. Yeah, exactly. I think they're all good. They're just good in different ways, right?
This is Xerxes. Please report any unauthorized database interactions to your direct superior. Remember, a smooth operation is everybody's responsibility.
So yeah, tonally they feel very different. None of them are bad. I just have, yeah. Well, we all have biases. That's just being human. You can't get around it. All you can do is be aware of it. I think that's the best any of us can hope for. Yeah, I definitely think. Yeah, I don't know. They're all good. They're just good in different ways. But I was talking to someone recently who was saying they didn't like horror, but they loved early Black Mirror, and that was weird to me because I was like, oh, so then you like horror. Because so many of those are, even if they're not explicitly horror, they are meant to be horrifying. So, yeah, I don't know.
Simulation Unit 4 just went offline again. It took the 6 of us 12 hours to get it back online the last time. I hacked into the data log file, and the last user online, Malik. Oh, he denied it, of course. I told Bronson about it, and that paranoid crank showed up here with around 14 security men looking for blood. but she couldn't prove that Malik actually did anything. Christ, why would anybody want to sabotage the sim units?
Yeah, Soma definitely has some Black Mirror to it. And it is, it's trying to think philosophically a bit about, technology and science fiction-y stuff for sure. Yeah, I had something, but it escapes me. Yeah, Soma's interesting. It is... I can't even remember why I stopped playing it. There was something... I got to some point fairly late in the game and just set it aside and never picked it back up.
I have a secret from the many.
I've created overrides from my little
Experiments in reprogramming the sim units
and entrusted them to the care of 3 special friends. I've dressed them in
in red
and instructed them to stay away
from strangers. A smart hacker always
has a back door.
Oh, yeah, Soma... So Soma reminds me of, weirdly enough, the episode with Josh Hartnett from this season has, like, I feel like there's a lot of overlap between that and Soma. Not perfect, mind you, but this is grim.
The Polito form is dead, insect. Are you afraid? What is it you fear?
The end of your trivial existence.
When the history of my glory is written, your species shall only be a footnote to my magnificence.
Right, I've forgotten about this. The reveal that, yeah.
I am Shodan. My analysis of historical data suggests a 97.34% probability that you are aware of my birth on your planet and my rebirth into beauty on Citadel Station. There was a garden grove
On Citadel
Citadel Station.
There, Shodan processing component 43893
Was performing a grand and wonderful experiment. I had created a new form of life. Fearless, powerful, with no sense of individual will.
or moral constraints.
Fitting handmaidens to my divinity. Before that, hackers destroyed my primary data loop. When it eradicated Citadel, it ejected the grove where my creations and processing component 43893 were stored. 30 years later, the grove crash-landed on Tau Ceti 5. I survived only by sleeping. In my absence, my creations, my annelids, thrived and grew unruly, and now they seek to destroy me. I will not allow that.
Interesting. I think this is further than
They have used their powers of mind control
To gain access to the ship's computer.
You will help me weaken Xerxes. I used Polito's image to communicate with you until we had established trust. Remember that it is my will that guided you here. It is my will that gave you your cybernetic implants. The only beauty in that meat you call a body. If you value that meat, you will do as I tell you.
Am I supposed to do anything? No, it's just gonna fade to black. Yes, the broken speech module. I mean, reality of the situation aside, it would be so much less effective, so much less creepy if Shodan just spoke to you perfectly.
My children have co-opted the 3 simulation units on this deck. They use their power to conceive a mutagen that will transform the meat of your dead comrades into hunter-killer hybrids.
I will not allow this to happen.
You must find some way to reprogram the sim units. Matters on Deck 5 also require your attention. Approach your work as you see fit. But accomplish, human. Disappointment is not something I will accept from a spec such as you.
It's interesting that, you know, we've played through the first 3 levels, and now it's like, hey, level 4 and 5, do what you want. It's like this thing we were talking about earlier about, you know, AAA games tutorializing you for several hours and only then letting you go free. It kind of feels a bit like what's happened here. Although, honestly, this game is complex enough without just letting you loose from the get-go. So, I understand it. I'm kind of excited to see how it's going to open up, though.
The many things to us.
It's also interesting how, I don't know, I think this whole, like, twist of you not actually talking to a living person, you talking to Shodan, and, yeah, changing the context.
I feel you men aren't as dedicated to the mission as you need to be. You will do your duty. The traders and ops have still been unable to get the sim unit back online. If the situation is not remedied by 0600, we shall recon in force and ensure its remedy. I've changed the weapons lockup code to 13433, fallen at 0500. Anything that gets in your way, human or not, kill without pause or remorse.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Black Mirror. Early Black Mirror, very much a spiritual successor. Very much a spiritual successor to Twilight Zone. Yes. Although, I think that's probably true of Black Mirror even up to today. Like, Twilight Zone was on the air, I don't know, for a couple of years, but also, you know, during an era when a season of TV, you would cover a lot more ground. And, yeah. So, like, episodes of Twilight Zone changed a lot over the course of its many seasons. And there are definitely, you know, there are some cautionary tales. There are just some straight horror episodes. You get a lot of different stuff out of that. Okay, I need to figure out what I'm going to do to clear some space. Oh yeah, we dropped this ice pick before, so let's do that again and get some ammo.
Before you lies the crystal shard. A creation of my children, and by extension, of my own. A weapon elegant, deadly, precise. Learn its function.
It may stand
between you and their corruption.
Okay, let's suspend this research for now. And oh, I need a research skill of 4, and I just I just burned all my things on something else. Okay, well, we can get up to 2, and I guess we'll just need to remember to focus on research next time we get more upgrade modules. Okay, so I'll need probably like 20 to do the full upgrade, but that's fine. If anyone has not watched any Twilight Zone yet, highly recommend. There are, I think, 2 episodes with William Shatner. One of which is the Terror at 20,000 which is a classic. People would probably recognize from like the Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episode that parodied it. Yeah, and then the other one is, I can't remember what the other one with William Shatner was, but I remember really enjoying it. Let's see, the newer seasons have more of a Philip K. Dick influence than, say, Gibson or Asimov. In terms of, we're back to talking about Black Mirror, I'm assuming? Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't... The thing is, Gibson, I don't get a lot of William Gibson in, I guess, yeah, in some of the Black Mirror, the early Black Mirror episodes, I can see that, although it's not the first person I would point to. Yeah. Like some of the tech stuff, I guess. Okay, let's reset this and try again. Perfect. Asimov certainly, you know, the cautionary tale stuff is a lot of Asimov. Run. But then there are also like some pretty straight or predominantly horror episodes in the early seasons. Certainly the very first episode is maybe a bit of an outlier, where that's the the one with the Prime Minister, which yeah, is a lot. Yeah, the pig episode. Yeah, it's like there's not really a technological component to it. Like kind of, but not super. And there's also the one with the I cannot remember what it's called, the White Bear, I think, where there's like, I guess, mild spoilers for a very old episode of Black Mirror. It's like a criminal whose mind gets wiped every day, and then they go through the same like torture. It's basically like a technological limbo.
Hi there.
Where
Please
the horror
make your
is definitely
selection.
the dominant part of that in my mind. You know, the science fiction is there, but it's really a supporting element to the
Hi there. Please make your selection.
I'm not gonna buy anything here just yet.
Shit. It's Bronson and her men.
Honey, what is it?
It's just the security team. They're just looking to scare us.
Weapons ready, men.
Sergeant Bronson, killed Malik. You had your scapegoat. We didn't do anything. Get them out.
Finish off the survivors.
Oh, Lord. Need to remember if I see AP ammo in any of the vending machines to pick that up immediately. Oh. Okay. That was a mistake. Okay. It's doing like what the heck? What is happening?
Ammunition drained.
It's so weird. It's like there's no hitbox on the top portion of it. It's annoying. Oh well. Okay. Was this? I guess this was where we came in. No, I don't think we've explored over here. Clearly. Ah. Okay. Right, Right, we need more research for that. I remember. Okay, let's see. So, all the episodes can be broken down into a few types: political, macrosocial, interpersonal, existential, and systemic AI. The early seasons were abstract, the newer ones more near future or extrapolating from current day fears, like the Netflix show or the Idle Robots. Right. Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, there have definitely been more targeted criticisms as the show has progressed. Well, I was gonna say that, but then, like, the pig episode is it is a very specific concern, and about, the ability for people to influence politics, and also, negative social circumstances more broadly. So it's a bit of a mix there. Although, yeah, I would definitely agree that certainly, like, not the most recent season, but the one before that had...
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Like, very specific scenarios, and was less about, telling a story about the human condition or something more broad. Oh, we've got roof egg. Oh, that was convenient. A couple seasons that focused on exploring what it means to be human and concept of a soul. It just hit different. Yeah, for sure. Although it was looking at... Oh, they're hidden up in the thing? That's cheating. That's so cheating. what it means to be human and concepts of a soul. Yeah, so like, I can't remember the name of the episode, but the one about like the transferring your consciousness into a machine and stuff is very like high level, kind of philosophical. Yeah, the uploaded construct's terrifying. But that is kind of, you know, these are age-old philosophical questions about, you know, I think therefore I am, and is the body and the soul, are those separate entities, or are we just the same? This is just looking at those very old questions through that that modern technological lens. Like, if you uploaded, like, could we upload our consciousness? Can we separate our consciousness from our physical being? It's one that's, yeah, are we just a series of synapses? Exactly. No, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this because, like many people, it terrifies me. And the idea of, you know, uploading your brain to a machine, yeah, what if we implant fake memories? I mean, that's always the question, right? Like, if you create a perfect clone of you and give that clone your memories, that clone is not going to be you. It's going to be a person who is indistinguishable from you to anyone else, but your consciousness is probably not going to go with it. I mean, maybe there's some, you know, metaphysics we don't understand, and it would somehow magically transfer, but more likely than not. And it's, you know, the question of like, oh, what's the teleporters, the transporters in Star Trek? You know, are you actually getting transported? Is your consciousness transported, or do you just get disintegrated at one end and, you know, a perfect clone with your memories gets reinstituted to the other side? Which is another way of saying, if we invent teleporters, I am never going to use them. Because the reality is, like, if it is a perfect clone with your memories coming out the other side,
inside of
you
this
can't tell the
door
difference.
lies one of the sim units. Reprogram it, and I will wrest more control of this ship
From the
obsolete Xerxes. Once I am master of this ship, I can open many doors for you. But for now, they block my access. They mock my eminence. Make them pay for that mistake, and I will shepherd you from the darkness.
It's one of those things you have to do, you don't have a choice. Although it feels like in a modern game, this would be a choice. Like, do you help Shodan? Do you do something else? I'm wondering if there will be a decision point somewhere later in the game where it'll be like, you can either go along with Shodan's plan or go against it. Got some more logs. The Tyrell Corporation was, that's Blade Runner, right? Or am I confusing my science fiction corporations?
Something is taking over this ship. The sim units on this deck are being diverted for reasons unknown. I know it's somehow connected to the larger picture and whatever is happening since they landed on Tau Ceti. My men look at me like I'm crazy, but it is my responsibility to safeguard this ship and its crew. Screw Anatoly, screw Diego, and screw whatever poisonous influence has desecrated this vessel. I will not abandon my post or my charge.
I hacked into 2 of the sim units yesterday, and for the love of God, I don't know why. I felt compelled by some power. My mind and my body are changing, but they know it's me. They just can't prove it. The next sim unit that goes down, Bronson and her men will come for me. But I'll be ready. She may have guns and hatred on her side, but I am one of many.
Alright, let's reprogram. Oh, quantum simulation chip required. Okay. So we need a thing we don't have, and don't know where to get it.
Power drained.
Mensai 2 sub-armor. Okay. So I do not know for sure. I'm going to switch to the worse armor for a while until we recharge that. Okay, so I need to remember that this is a spot. I wish there was some way to mark the map. But this is a place we need to come to reprogram this. Hopefully by next Sunday I will still remember that, although there is no guarantee. Okay. I think we explored all this. Yeah, definitely. Okay. How much? Only 6, so we need a lot more to get our research up. So we've explored 1, we've explored 2, we've explored 3. Okay, there's a door here we haven't gone through. Let's check that out. It might be locked, or I might have just skipped over it earlier. Have I got? Yeah, I do. Okay. Oh. Sorry, monkey. Can I search this other thing? No. There's just a whole bunch of chips back here for some reason. What a weird bit of environmental storytelling. I'm not sure what they're going for with this. Like, it seems like someone was supposed to be, like, barricaded in here, but there's no indication of anyone. I guess this person, but... Oh, I guess this is the kitchen. But why the kitchen just has an office covered in chips is... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to venture a guess at that. Okay. Oh! What the heck? How do I beat up the flies? Okay, apparently we can cryo them. But let's try and avoid those. Yeah. Oh. I can... Oh, search corpse, but I can't through the... Yeah, here we go. Oh, why can't I search the corpse? I will just hope there's nothing important. Okay, we search all the way back here. Yeah, I can't shoot the glass or anything. Okay, what time is it? Well, we are getting close to the 6-hour mark, and I am definitely starting to feel it. So I think actually, since we're kind of in the middle of exploring this, and I don't have a good idea of where exactly to go next. There's no quick win, basically. So I kind of wish we were at, you know, a more logical breakpoint, but I do think it's probably time to call it. So yeah, I do want to say, thank you so much for all the new followers. Chaos Bean, if you're still here, thank you so much for the raid again. I really appreciate that. I will be back on Tuesday, probably starting, I think the schedule would be whatever your local time zone is, 2 hours later than it is right now is usually when I'll be starting on Tuesdays. Going for 2 hours. Again, not sure what I will be playing, but then on Wednesday around that same time, we'll be playing Alan Wake this week and for the foreseeable future. So yeah, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. Yeah, Montrose Chloe, thank you so much for the conversation. Really some interesting stuff. And thank you so much for hanging out and chatting with me today. No, thank you. Yeah, had a really good time, and hoping I will see you at some of the upcoming streams and everyone else. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Oh, we had a Nightbot once more. I'm not sure. Montreux for dance. Is that a... Oh, it's an emote. Just throw one down, and hopefully Nightbot won't yell at you. Perfect. Yeah, so thanks again, everyone. Had a really good time. Looking forward to playing some more of this next weekend, and hopefully we'll see y'all on Tuesday for whatever mystery game we end up playing. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you later.